Hello everyone and welcome back to the GH24 News channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When it comes to kiddies on cleaner operas, we're veritably habituated to them being scuffled off to the kitchen for eyefuls or jetted off to age fleetly in an off-screen boarding academy. But in the rearmost general hospital exercise, the stakes are raised significantly as Anna is assigned with returning two missing tots to their veritably concerned mama. Only one thing stands between Anna and those kiddies. That thing is actually a person, and that person is the force of nature known as Tracy Quartermaine. Indeed, before Michael's hospitalization following the fire at Sunny's extension, effects were tense where the future of Amelia and Wiley were concerned. The fight for those children surely brought out the preliminarily hidden devious side of Willow, who's surely changed since winding up in Drew's bed. But when it comes to pulling off sneaky moves, well, let's just say that Willow is surely out of her league when playing against Tracy. But when Anna, having been filled in on the rearmost by Drew and Martin, gets serious, as you can tell when she puts on her spectacles, ahead questioning Tracy, all bets are out. After all, these are two of Port Charles's fiercest ladies, meaning we're in for one heck of a lift. Grounded on social media response, the one person suckers suppose should just butt out entirely is Willow's nut, Drew. But given his new political power, might he apply it to show Tracy that he's now the most important of the Quartermaines? Or might Anna move Tracy that it's in everyone's stylish interests for her to cooperate? We have no mistrustfulness that he'll find love again sooner or laterly. Although Dante seems poised for a romantic reunion with Lulu Spencer, it could take some time to get there. Lulu blew up at Dante for derailing her chance to bring Charlotte Cassadine home, which led to Dante blowing up right back. Dante feels like Lulu is taking too numerous pitfalls and does end authorize, especially since Sam lost her life after saving Lulu's. It's clear that Dante and Lulu have some issues they still need to work out, so that could open the door to some other pairings in the meantime. Lulu and Cody Bell are most likely going to fall for each other for a while, but where does that leave Dante? We can suppose of one match for Dante that might work well, especially since it would save Jason Morgan from his own romantic mismatch. Although some GH suckers are on board with Jason and Sasha Gilmore Corbin as an implicit couple, plenitude of others are against them getting in point. Jason seems poised to look out for pregnant Sasha while Michael Corinthos is recovering off oil, so that could lead to love blooming. Still, there's no guarantee the Penns will stick with that Sasha and Jason plan, especially if the chemistry doesn't work and there's addict counter-reaction. Dante and Sasha might make a better match, so perhaps they could bond over what they've in common. Sasha could relate to Dante since she had to deal with the woeful loss of Brando Corbin and be there for him as he mourns for Sam. Plus, Dante and Sasha both set up their natural fathers as grown-ups, so that's commodity differently they could connect over. Since Dante is Michael's family, he could also bond with Sasha over their collective enterprises about Michael as he recovers. Dante should ultimately find out that Brooklyn Quartermaine hid a child from him and that their son grew up to be Giovanni Gio Palmieri, so he's going to need someone to lean on formerly all that news comes to light. Do you suppose Sasha could come Dante's confidant? Would Dante and Sasha make a good romantic pairing? Dante will inescapably suffer some love life updates sooner or laterly, so we'll bring you more prognostications on what's in store for him. Christina Corinthos Davis has been feuding with her family, Molly Lansing Davis, for some time now. Christina and Molly's relationship has been damaged by Christina's egoism, but substantially due to the fact that Christina was going to keep the baby that she promised Molly and her hubby, TJ Ashford. The death of the baby that they were awaiting didn't help matters either, indeed though it was a terrible accident. As a result, Molly and TJ have separated in their grief over losing their child. Christina needs a good redemption story, and there's a way to bring Christina back into Molly's good graces by reuniting TJ and Molly by bringing them their child. The child that they allowed. They lost. Before Christina offered to carry Molly and TJ's baby, Molly and TJ had another surrogate named Andrea Gates. They picked Andrea out of 3 different campaigners for a surrogate. Soon enough, Andrea verified to Molly and TJ that she was pregnant. Many months laterally, Andrea told TJ that she had a confinement, and was treated at Mercy Sanitarium. T.J was devastated and latterly informed Molly. Commodity about Andrea's story sounded suspicious as it happened so snappily. Did Andrea lie about having a confinement and was in fact still carrying the baby? Christina could come privy to the fact that Andrea prevaricated about her confinement after running into her nearly outside of Port Charles. She'd have with her a child, around 2 times old, the same age that the child would be that she had apparently misfired. Also, the baby would surely act TJ and have his features. Could this be the baby that Andrea apparently misfired? Christina could get to the verity, and hang to tell Molly and TJ, which would destroy Andrea. She admits that she prevaricated because she couldn't bear to give her child down. After learning the verity about Andrea's deception, Christina will work towards satisfying Andrea to give the baby back to Molly and TJ. Andrea wouldn't be open to this. She'll not want to give up her natural child. Christina could tell Molly that Andrea prevaricated and that she no way misfired, bring Molly and TJ back together. This news would bring them back together, as they fight to get their child back. Putting on a united front, a guardianship battle would post-date. Christina will get the credit for bringing Molly her child back, and peace will be made between the family again as Christina fights to help Molly and TJ get their child back from Andrea. Molly will be so happy that her family is coming through for her, and it'll bring them back to being close. Christina can be redeemed, and bringing Molly back her child is the stylish way to do it. What do you suppose? Do you suppose Christina can be redeemed? Will Christina make the shocking discovery that Andrea prevaricated? Will these bring Molly and TJ back together, and not only that, but fix Christina and Molly's simulated relationship? What do you suppose? Do you suppose Christina can be redeemed? Will Christina make the shocking discovery that Andrea prevaricated? Will these bring Molly and TJ back together, and not only that, but fix Christina and Molly's simulated relationship? Willow Corinthos agreed to allow Carly and Sonny Corinthos to visit Michael in the burn unit at GH, keeping them informed about his condition. Together with Portia Robinson, she considered the option of transferring Michael to the prestigious burn unit at Johns Hopkins, while Carly suggested a technical clinic in Germany. In the end, Willow concluded that the decision should rest with Michael. Indeed, though waking him from anesthesia would beget him considerable pain, it was eventually his choice to make. As Carly addresses to Michael in his room, Willow finds herself in the sanitarium tabernacle alongside Drew Quartermain. A surge of anxiety wetlands over her as she worries that her conduct might have jeopardized her chances of recovering guardianship of Wiley and Amelia Corinthos. Drew took a firm approach in Friday's occasion, having Tracy Quartermain restrained at the Quartermain estate, with Martin Gray standing by his side. In an interrogation area, she engages in a heated debate, likely with Anna Devane, while Martin observes, Tracy blurting, "When will you understand you're backing the wrong steed?" It appears she's in a waiting room rather than the standard interrogation space for suspects, although she had been shackled. Nonetheless, her torture is apparent as she attempts to ply her influence over the PCPD, conceivably using fiscal coffers. Tracy surpassed by speaking on behalf of Michael's children, yet she was at the manse asserting they were with Monica Quartermain, despite the liability that they were not. Anna has zeroed in on another implicit suspect for interrogation, unless her attention is directed towards Martin or Tracy. This new figure is sheathed in black, mirroring Tracy's vesture. She examines whether this person is the one who planted that device in Sonny's hearthstone, driving the explosion that gulfed Michael in tears. This blameworthiness is sure to enkindle Tracy's wrathfulness. Yet, Anna remains perplexed by Tracy's lineage as a Quartermain or her lofty status. She's not indeed swayed by the Queen of England. If the law has been broken, guilt is inarguable, especially when it involves hiding children. In the heart of the deception office, Maxie delivers wisdom-filled warnings to Natalia Ramirez, who reveals signs of torture. By this point, she must have learned about the disastrous explosion that destroyed Sonny's storehouse, critically injuring his son in the process. Sonny's ignominious standing and his trap in dubious dealings constantly draw peril, proving that this event is a stark illustration of the pitfalls involved. Maxie warns Natalia about the threats of getting too involved with someone like Sonny. The romantic pressure that has coddled between Sunny and Natalia has been anything purely simple. Ava Jerome has successfully tracked down Sunny, who's presently living in a different position. During their violent battle, she passionately implores him to put their son's safety first. Ava emphasizes the urgency of taking action for Avery Jerome, Corinthos, before it's too late, her solicitude for the child's well-being palpable. She reflects on the implicit disaster that could have unfolded had she been at Sunny's extension during the bombing, pressing the grave pitfalls involved. As the battle escalates, it becomes apparent that the stress is affecting Sunny. He starts to feel sharp pains in his casket. Although he has nitroglycerin capsules on hand, likely specified by Isaiah Gannon, what he truly requires is a surgical intervention, conceivably a trendsetter. Michael was easily battling the agony of his backs, making it all the more grueling to defy the choice Carly laid before him. The idea of heading to a burn clinic in Germany, where he might reclaim his former tone, will impend large in his mind. Although the exercise clip leaves his response nebulous, spoilers allude that Carly shows appreciation to Jack Brennan for his help. What Michael doesn't realize is that Brennan had orchestrated his admission to the German clinic, which now features some of the Krokers from the Boronsky Clinic. Carly comforts Michael by saying, "Also, that's what we're going to do," suggesting that he may have eventually acceded to the trip to Germany.